Hi YouTube, it's me again. I'm actually outside, relaxing on my children's trampoline. And I wanted to come back some more when it comes to my life story and an incident that occurred, I'll say about a good 2 years, a year and a half before they removed my kids from me. When I was with my ex-husband, I used to do some of the absurd things to basically keep my relationship strong, and that didn't help. I always thought that my ex-husband was innocent and that he never cheated, and his parent also said the same, as well as his sibling, but understand that that is his family, so I expect them to side with him. Now, I remember there was times where I think I was like 22, and he mentioned something about having a menage. I wound up having a menage, the first menage, with my a good friend of mine at the time, and he was basically trying to control the situation, saying how he would put control over my friend, and my friend took it to the head, and me and her fell out about it. And I don't know where it went from there after the menage. Now, just 2 years ago, I started asking God to reveal what people was doing behind my back, and He did it, and He's still doing it. I also am able to vision and also dream. So either way. I remember one time I went through my phone that I actually passed down to my son, and then I passed it down when my son was misbehaving to the dad, which is my ex-husband. And at a time when we were, overindulging in things, and I noticed that he wasn't coming home. He wasn't persistent. He was always angry. He was always fighting. And, he wasn't even helping out with the rent. It was causing eviction and everything. And it was causing delays in all type of ways. So I basically went to look for him in the area where I told you that was pretty toxic. And in this area, I seen him, and he was just so... he was always stealing cars, and he was in this nice truck, and I was like, oh, where did this come from? So anyway, as we were talking, there was an argument, and I snatched the phone, and in the phone I seen him with a mistress. And with this mistress had a boyfriend already, and I wind up basically seeing that he was in bed with the mistress in a hotel and practically naked, and those pictures was in there. And then I wind up contacting the girl, and she was like, he said the only reason he let you hold the car so you can get the kids to the school, and that I asked him, did he erase the picture? He told me he did, and I was like, that's how I was able to actually find the picture. So with that same picture, what I did was I went on Facebook and I posted it because I was actually overwhelmed and in shock and disbelief that he would literally cross me like that after all we've been through, and we've sacrificed just to keep this going. He literally, was angry with me for his wrong. I put it on Facebook. And when I put it on Facebook, the picture of him having his little leisure time with the young lady, I put it on Facebook. And when I put it on Facebook, that led to a lot of drama for him. But first and foremost, I want to mention that with the same mistress, we later on wind up doing a menage. And within that menage, we sent her home, and we went back to the hotel. And she was he seemed as if he got caught in his feelings, and he poured hot coffee on me, and I clunked him upside the head with a hammer. I think it was a hammer. I don't remember. So anyhow, the cameras caught it. The cameras called the police. He called the police, and he gave him my name in denial. And he was in denial about giving him my name when I was standing right there when he gave him my name. But, Molly made him think like literally ignorantly, like I wasn't going to notice. So anyhow, the police came. And when the police came, the police checked my bag and found narcotics in my bag. Now, the police, it was involved with my ex-husband, and it was basically a setup through my ex-husband. He basically set me up in that format where they wind up asking for an ID, and when they asked for the ID, they seen a stash of narcotics in a plastic bag, and in that plastic bag, there was Marley and crack cocaine at that time, and I wound up arrested, and the police asked him, "Hey, these are your drugs, right? Do you want to testify so your baby mama, your wife at the time, can go back to her children?" And he said, "No, I don't care about her, and it's not mine. You can take her to jail for all I care." And the officers told me that. And I was like, wow. And I was like, okay, it's either we're going to take you both to jail or just you by yourself. So I was like, you know what? Somebody got to make it back to the kids. And it was found on me. So I'm going to go ahead and go and do what I have to do. I wound up in jail crying and sad and all that. Did what I had to do, appeared in court, testified, did, everything I had to do right. I also wrote the judge, and told the judge all my achievements would get my kids back and how I wasn't dealing with any of that stuff anymore, and not in the environment, and I've divorced him, and I'm just doing better with myself. And the judge decided to dismiss the case, And back to the mistress and me posting it on Facebook, right? On Facebook, I posted it. And it caused a lot of strife because I was angry and I was chanting a lot of stuff on Facebook about what he was involved in and stuff like that. And around that time of him dealing with the mistress and the mistress already having a boyfriend, it led to him getting shot because he was already dealing with someone's girlfriend, and the boyfriend was pretty angry. So he wound up shot. I was actually scared because at that time, I guess the shooters didn't see me. I was in the truck the whole time, and I almost fell asleep. But I heard something sound like firecrackers, and I'm like, hell no, that's not firecrackers. And then I seen him shooting in the area of his little brother's, he's an adult, but his little brother's habitat home. And then it wound up the only one that got shot was him. I'm like, what the hell? So that was a toxic environment all alone to be in. Because again, remember I told you guys I got shot in the head in the bullet grazed in that same environment. So there's no type of light over there. So, that's what it was. Yes, son. Yes. But you know, a lot of his mistresses, they called HRS on me. You know, again, remember I told you about my little sister and just, you know, quote unquote, the rumors they said she said and did. Conclusion, they all got teamed up and just wanted to destroy me, you know. And here I am with my kids, still holding on to God, still holding on to dear faith, still doing what I have to do to provide for my children. And no, it's not always easy because, you know, I have my slow days of work in my retail business and I have my fast days of work. And since I haven't been positioning myself in certain areas in Valdosta, Georgia, I haven't been able to catch the traffic that I needed to catch. And I believe one of the guys got a little jealous because I wouldn't, you know, settle down and, you know, follow his ways. I really believe that, you know, because they would flirt with me and they would have their ways, you know, not where I couldn't control it. I felt uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm going to come back with what happened at a workplace that I used to work at called AWP. And I'd like to let you know about sexual harassment and how I caught a lot of footages and had to file a lawsuit. So lay around for the next video. Thank you so much for listening. Emptying out the skeletons in my closet, and that's how it's gonna go. I said this is my life story and this is the truth, okay? Whatever comes with that, I'm ready, you know? I mean, it is what it is. But I know my family, some of them don't. The ones in Valdosta barely knows me. You know, I wasn't never raised with them, but I noticed that, you know, people want to see you do good, just not better than them. And it's like, hey, I was never in a competition to begin with. The only competition I see is me, myself, and I to be a greater me every day. So, you know, I notice a lot of shadiness that I try to block out, and I do block out. It's not a trying game here. I hope you can hear me too, by the way. So yeah, I just wanted to show you I was here on the trampoline and just relaxing, and my children are over there. And my 1-year-old just woke up and he's like, Ma. But yeah, it's a lot of things that I regret doing, you know, with him. And I don't know if you guys remember that I told you I wasn't going to mention when he bit my face and he beat me harshly, and the only people that was there was his family. I don't think I mentioned the part where I don't think I ever mentioned the part where he stood alongside of me and he you know, bit me in the face and stuff, and I had a big swell right here, a big bite mark right here, and the police is what's upset. And I mentioned that I wouldn't say what they said, the officers, and I actually thought that would be stubborn of me. The police officer said if I find his ASS, I'm gonna shoot him in the face. That's what the police officer said. You know, because he ran off the scene and practically left me for dead, and they were pretty upset on the way it was handled. Now, did they mean it? I think they were saying it out of anger. I don't think they would have did it, because understand when it's an area where everybody's locally aware. So basically the next day he walked the street like nothing ever happened. But see, the issue they had with me is every time I got beat, I dismissed the case. Before the case can even get open, I'm already going to the detectives and I'm already signing to dismiss. So they also got tired of playing with me. You know, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to my life story. Thank you, and may God bless. I really appreciate you guys so much. Seíto que tú haces. Papi, no toque eso. So yeah, talk to you later.